It's all about seed control for corporate manufacturers of GMO crops. So it's no surprise that these same companies are making moves to control your non-GMO garden seed as well. In the last several years, a number of international agri-conglomerates have consolidated their hold over the very garden seed we plant. This brings some of the same problems: loss of seed diversity, spiraling seed costs, and reduced seed quality that crop growers around the world face from the owners of genetically modified seeds. And it's happening under our noses right in our own backyards. When Monsanto purchased Seminis, a worldwide supplier to many of the gardening companies and seed catalogs we know and cherish, it took control of 40% of the vegetable seed market. The implications are frightening. Do we really want corporations that most organic gardeners already despise to control what goes into our home garden? Is a day not far off when Roundup-resistant vegetable seed is offered to home gardeners? American farmers are already growing GMO zucchini and summer squash. If you, like me, are concerned what giant conglomerate control means for the future of seed stock diversity and prices, then purchase only heirloom or organic seed from reputable companies. Knowing where our seed stock comes from and avoiding corporate-controlled seed sources may take a little more work on our part, but the stakes for gardeners this generation and the next are high. And what gardener fears a little work and getting her hands dirty, especially when the future of independent organic gardening lies in the balance?
Iraq's seed industry, going back to the agricultural aspect. Before 2003, they had a well-functioning, centrally controlled seed industry that had developed over the years a rich seed variety for almost every variation of wheat in the world today. And the farmers in Iraq accomplished this by saving their seeds and sharing them and replanting them. Well, after 2003, that system was destroyed. The research and seed production facilities had significantly deteriorated, also by years of sanctions as well as looting. They had a national seed bank that had seeds dating back thousands of years since the early farmers. It's gone now. And now the supplies of seed demand are supplying only 4%, and that's back in 2005. Now, Paul Bremer came in after the invasion, and you may know Bremer's 100. If you do Pilates, that's a little bit different from the Pilates 100. This is Bremer's 100. That's a joke for those of you who don't do Pilates. His first 100 orders, which were decreed, and no elected Iraqi government that comes after Bremer has the power to alter them, which is apparently the foundation of a democracy in someone's book, not the dictionary. Anyway, Order 81 is important because it affected the agriculture in Iraq, and it's got a legal name: Patent Industrial Design, Undisclosed Information, Integrated Circuits, and Plant Variety Law. Well, through all the legalese, basically what Order 81 says is that farmers shall be prohibited from reusing seeds of protected varieties or any variety mentioned in items 1 and 2 of paragraph C, blah, blah, blah. So basically what it says is Iraqi farmers are not allowed to save seeds. They are not allowed to share seeds, no sharing, and they are not allowed to replanted harvested seeds. Now, why would Paul Bremer do this? Well, let me tell you a little bit about Monsanto. Monsanto has Terminator seeds, genetically engineered seeds that, as you probably know, produce plants that do not make seeds, which makes farmers dependent on the corporation for seeds every year. Now, Monsanto and Dow Chemical and the Cargill Corporation, they all have an interest here because they're all manufacturing either the seeds or the chemicals to treat those plants with. And they need a place, a laboratory, if you will, to try out their new toys. So, Cargill Corporation, a grain conglomerate, their former vice president, Daniel Amstutz, was made the agricultural advisor to Iraq, also a former USDA official. Now it was very staggering to me and also very clarifying for me to understand that across the board, from agriculture to mercenaries to oil, this is about corporate profit. And these corporations were like drooling on the possibility of using their Terminator seeds there. Iraq becomes the laboratory for genetically modified wheat. They gave Iraqi farmers 6 types of wheat to grow, only 6. 3 of them are for wheat for pasta. Iraqis don't eat pasta. So a population that is starving to death is given seeds to make half of their production for exports. And who's going to make money off of that? Not Iraqis. They are the guinea pigs in this experiment. And despite the food insecurity that is at heightened, desperate levels today, the food rationing system that started back in 1990 is due to be terminated next month. That's thanks to the influence of the World Bank and the IMF. This means starvation, which pushes people to be more dependent on any crumbs that the corporations hand to them. Sick and wrong.
Deep inside the Arctic Circle, on the Norwegian island of Spitsbergen, the global seed vault is hidden deep inside a mountain. It is sometimes called the Doomsday Vault, because even in the worst scenario of a disaster to mankind, it would preserve the diversity of the world's food crops and restore the plant kingdom. It was built to last around 200 years and withstand earthquakes and explosions. It was placed on the side of a mountain, so even if all the ice on Earth melts, it would still be above sea level. It is the world's most important freezer, as it keeps future life behind the frozen door. Only a few people in the world have access to open the door. It received a shipment of 100 million seeds, a complete backup of Earth food crop seed at the present time, enclosed in a structure designed to resist nuclear bombs, global warming, and projectile weapons. Organizations and governments can deposit seeds like a safety deposit box. Policy is invalid here. Even North Korea has frozen its seeds there. The first withdrawal from the vault was recently made by Syria in order to recreate an international research center in Aleppo, which was lost to war. It was used to store the genetic material of crops. Today, these lost stores have become of vital importance in war-torn and drought-affected Syria. One more important fact. Have you noticed the beautiful entrance of the building? Norwegian law states that any public building must have art. Usually the artwork is found within the building, but as the vault is a secure location that people can't visit, it was decided to make the art visible in plain sight, over the roof and down the front face to the entrance. Divekasana's artwork is called Perpetual Repercussion, and it reflects the Arctic light with its stainless steel and mirrors cut into triangles.
Soylent Green is people. I really love this box. It's very into the Soylent Green mythos. If you've not seen the movie, check it out. It's a sci-fi classic. I picked these up off of ThinkGeek. They were on sale and very reasonable. It says Soylent Green all-natural crackers made with high-energy plankton. Not really, but it says people food. It has a, see what they did there? It's a dual meaning. It says, we at the Soylent Corporation know that in 2022, nothing runs anymore and nothing works. But the people are the same and need the same things. We are committed to getting you, the people, what you need the most. Soylent Green.
And giving it back to you, the people.
And we give it back to you, the people.